video series here with the Focus Golf Group Academy. Today, what we're going to talk about is how do you make a proper takeaway. Now, when I mean a proper takeaway is what starts the club moving away from the ball in your swing. Do you take it back with your wrists? Do you take it back with your arms? Do you take it back using your shoulders? I've heard even people say they use their hips. Well, it's very interesting to note that in this month's issue of Golf Digest, Sean O'Hare talks about how the golf club comes back and some of the things you should be looking for. I've looked at a lot of video over the years, and one of the things I can say is all the best players in the world, so these guys that are playing on all the tours in all the countries, these are the guys that move that golf ball around the best. Sure, there are those 1 in 100 that do it differently, but most of them do it the exact same way. And the way they do this is that their golf club never gets behind them. And I'll explain that to you a little bit later, but basically what we want to try and get you to understand is how the club moves and what moves it away from the ball. Simple physiology. If I stand here and look at the camera, and I take my left shoulder and move it backwards, my right shoulder comes in front. So when we're moving, and if I had the club standing here in front of me, and I move my left shoulder backwards, my right shoulder is going to come in front, the club's going to stay parallel to the ground and move directly back this way. So if you notice, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, and I'm not picking it up. The club does move up and down in the golf swing. That's in direct correlation with how the wrist functions. But right now, we're talking about the point from the ball to waist height. And that's all that matters. So if we take our posture, if I do it facing the camera here, parallel to the ground, and I move my left shoulder backwards, the club moves and my whole upper body turns, my left hip moves backwards, and there's no lateral movement. A lot of times I see people do this. When they go to take their club back, they've been told to keep their head still, and they do this. The hip leads out, it feels like they turn, and the club goes this way. So as you can see, my shoulders haven't even turned, my hips have turned more than my shoulders. So what you want to do is you want to make that feel like it's a good turn. So a great way to do this in home is to take a golf club and put it across your shoulders like this. Assume your posture, okay? When we have our posture positioned like this, and if you want to check out what proper posture looks like, go to focusgolfgroup.com and check out my blog. I've just posted a little Posture Makes Perfect blog post on there, and you'll be able to see what the perfect posture looks like. So we take our posture, and what we're going to do, if I do turn to the side, you can see how my back is fairly straight but not rigid. I don't have, and my balance is right across the center of my arches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feel like my left shoulder moves up behind my head so that this club now is at a 90-degree angle. It's almost like there's a wall here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my shoulders so it's like it's pointing down towards the ball. It's not pointing directly to the ball because you don't want to turn that much and dip. But that gets you to make a good full turn. If you notice, that actually gets the club handle behind the ball. So that's a great way to feel that. And I'm doing it with my left shoulder. I'm not moving my right, I'm moving my left shoulder. So you take your back shoulder and move it behind you, and that'll keep your spine nice and straight. Now what happens when you put a club in your hand? So you take your grip in your address position, and you make that same move. You feel that left shoulder, or that back shoulder, if you're a right-handed player, it would be your right shoulder, move up. Look at that. Club moves back, I haven't even moved it. I'm going to do it towards the camera. I've got a ball down here. Watch what happens. Take my setup. I'm going to move this shoulder. See what happens? The club head stays outside. See this ball here? The club head will never get inside of it on my takeaway. And this is the precursor for people who hit the slice and come over the top. They take it inside because they think they got to hit a draw, but then they got to pick it up, it goes across the line, and then it comes over the top of their shoulders. Is that your swing? Well, this is the way you can fix that, by starting with the right takeaway. So remember, proper posture, using your back shoulder, feel it move up behind your head, and the club will automatically move because it's being held on by your hands, which are attached to your arms, and your arms are attached to your shoulders. So there's a great little tip on how to make the proper takeaway. Come back next week where we're going to start talking about how to hinge the golf club. Thanks for tuning in to the What You Want video series here at the Focus Golf Group Academy.